We are going to do a nice flow here that is going to focus on our sacral chakra. We're just going to go ahead and this time we're going to place our hands on our lower part of our belly towards our sacral chakra. We're going to go ahead and really stack our vertebrae. Think about lengthening our spine all the way from the tail to the crown. Just a nice long lengthen. As we inhale, we're going to bring the color orange into our mind. And exhale, release. With your hands on your sacral and your mind on the thought of orange. I want you to think about what this represents for you. The sacral chakra is for creativity, women's femininity, excuse me. I cannot talk this morning, obviously way too early for me. Definitely represents a lot of our creativity. Feminine source of energy. All wrapped around with the beautiful glow of orange. Good. Inhale. And exhale fully. Inhale the arms up, reaching the fingertips up to the ceiling. Hold here, get a little bit of a stretch. As we exhale, we're going to twist and open to the right. Our left fingertips are in front of us, our right fingertips behind us. So we lengthen, and with an inhale, we lengthen our spine, grow tall. As we exhale, we can twist a little bit more in that torso, just to open and, awaken the spine up just a little bit more. Good. Inhale the arms up. Fingertips reaching for the ceiling, and exhale, we're going to open and twist to the left. Right fingertips are in front of us, left behind. Lengthen with an inhale. Exhale, twist a little deeper in that torso. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, we're going to allow the right hand to come down to the floor as we lean towards the right. Take your gaze up to the ceiling. Really feel that side body stretch. Inhale the arms up, reaching the fingertips. Exhale the left hand down as we lean to the left. Take your gaze up to the ceiling. Open that chest up. Really feel that stretch. Good. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down. Fingertips press into the earth. And we're just going to go ahead and lengthen the spine here. Reconnect to our sacral chakra. Reconnect to that orange, our creativity. Our feminine energy. And we're going to bring our hands in front of us and we're going to come into tabletop position. So we're stacking our wrist shoulder width and our knees hip width apart. Take a moment here. We're just going to neutralize the spine, grow long. Our gaze is past our nose. Just take a couple breaths here. Your next inhale, we're going to drop that belly and point the nose. Exhale, we're going to round our spine, take our gaze to our belly button. Inhale, drop in the belly, point the nose. Exhale, round the spine. Follow through with the flow of your breath here. pause wherever you need to pause to feel that little bit more of a stretch. But just follow your breath. Keeping that color orange running through the mind. Working on awakening our creativity. Coming back to your neutral position. We're going to curl our toes and send our hips up and back to down dog. First down dog might feel a little stiff here. That's okay. Rock the hips back and forth. Bicycle the legs. Heels are pressing towards the back of the mat. Hands, that weight is distributed even through the hands. And you're pushing your stomach towards your thighs. Good, and just breathe. Slight bend in the knees. We're going to take a nice walk up to the front of the mat. Coming into that flat back position, neutralizing our spine. Exhale as we forward fold. Inhale, slight bend in the knees. We're going to come all the way up. Fingertips growing towards the ceiling. As we exhale, we're going to fall forward. Planting our palms. We're going to step it back to plank. And then exhale, we're going to come down, releasing our toes, hugging those elbows into the side body to cobra. Exhale our chest down, curl the toes, push our hips up and back, down dog. Good. Slight bend in the knees. Let's walk it up to the front of the mat. Coming into that flat back position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Just starting to heat up the body here with some sun salutations. Exhale all the way down. Plant your palms, step back to plank. Push away from the mat. With an exhale, we're dropping our body down. Releasing the toes, cobra. Exhale it down, curl the toes, push your hips up and back. Good, let's do one more round here. Slight bend in the knees, walk it up to the front of the mat. Come into that flat back position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, coming all the way up. Reaching those fingertips, exhale it down. Planting your palms, step it back to plank. Hold here. Exhale it down. Release the toes. Cobra. And release the chest down and send the hips up and back to down dog. Good. Rock the hips back and forth here for a moment. Should feel a little bit more warmed up. As we slight bend our knees and walk it up to the front of the mat. Coming into that flat back position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight bend in the knees, all the way up. Great. Exhale, forward fold. Planting our palms, we're going to step our right foot back. And we're coming into that runner's lunge. Just get yourself positioned here. Think about that weight being distributed to the left foot. And the heel on our right foot is kind of pushing back. Engage the core with an inhale. We're going to come up to our lunge. Settle in here for a moment. Fingertips reaching for the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxed. Good. Inhale the arms down. Send that left foot back. Good. Slight bend in the knees. Let's walk it up to the front of the mat. Coming into that flat back position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Palms come down, the fingertips come down to the mat. Let's send the left foot back. Bring that right foot up. Get yourself into that runner's lunge again. Weight is now shifted to our right foot. And our heel on our left side is just pushing back. Engage your core. Come up with an inhale. Good, reaching those fingertips up, settling into the lunge. Just kind of warming things up a little bit. Exhale, arms down. Right foot meets with our left and down dog. Good. Slight bend in the knees. We're taking a walk up to the front of the mat. Coming into that flat back position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Good. We're going to take our feet and we're going to make them as wide as the mat here. We're going to point our toes out. Keep those fingertips reaching. And we're going to bring our hands to heart center as we squat down to Malasana or Yogi's pose. Good. If you need a block, you can sit on a block. Give yourself a little bit of an extra. If you don't need the block, it's fine. We just want to make sure your heels are down. Push your elbows into your knees, opening up here. This was good for your root chakra. This is also very healthy for our sacral chakra as well. Helps open our hips, which helps with our energy in our hips to be able to just flow. Helps with that stagnant blood that's also in the hips. So it really wakes things up here for us. Just breathe it out here for a moment. Good. We're going to plant our palms and then we're going to step it back to a plank. Good. Push away from the mat. Exhale as we come down, releasing your toes, coming into cobra. Hold your cobra for a moment. Exhale your chest down. Curl your toes, send your hips up and back to your down dog. Good. Right leg is going to inhale up. As we bring it to the top of the mat in between our fingers here, coming back into that runner's lunge. Again, think about your weight on the right side, pushing the heel to the left heel down. Inhale nice and strong up to your to your high lunge, excuse me. Good. We're going to exhale. We're going to drop the heel to our back foot here, coming into warrior two. Make sure our knee is very active towards our pinky toe. We're not collapsing. Arms are nice and relaxed and strong. Shoulders not hugged up to the ears, but relaxed. Your gaze is past your middle finger here. Good. As we inhale, we're going to straighten this right leg. Bring our palm together. Exhale back down to warrior two. One more time, inhaling it up. Hold here for a moment. As we exhale, we're going to keep this right leg straight, bringing our hands out. We're going to shift our body forward towards our right leg. We're trying to reach something with our right fingertips. Take this right hand, place it down on your right leg. Left hand reaches up for triangle. Hold here. Your gaze can be pretty much past your nose here, looking straight, or take it up to the ceiling. Ceiling is you're gonna want to engage your core a little bit more because you're gonna have a little bit more balance here. Hold and breathe. Good. Inhale, we're coming back up. We're gonna bend that knee, coming back to your warrior two. Windmill those arms down. Take this right foot, meet it with our left. Good. Left foot's gonna inhale up. And we're gonna bring it to the top of our mat for that runner's lunge. Breathe here. Gauge that core with an inhale, coming up nice and strong. Good. Fingertips reaching for the sky. Hold and breathe. Exhale, drop the heel of that left or the right foot. Coming into warrior two on our other side. Gaze is now past our left fingers. Remember to engage that knee towards the pinky toes. Good. Inhale, we're straightening up this left leg. Bring our palms together. Exhaling it down. Inhaling it up. Exhaling it down. Good. Straighten this left leg. Reach forward towards our left. Left hand drops down to our lower leg. Right hand comes up. Hold here. Make sure you're not collapsing down on your leg here. Keep your elbows straight. So you're taking all of that muscles in towards your core to hold yourself up. Gaze is past your center here, or all the way up to the ceiling for a little bit of a balance. Hold and breathe. Good. Inhaling, coming up. Bend that knee, come back into your warrior two. Windmill the arms down, sending that left leg back. Nice. Slight bend in the knees. Let's take a walk up to the front of the mat. Coming into that flat back position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight bend in the knees, coming all the way up. Exhale as we come down. Good. Plant the palms here. We're going to send this right foot back again. Inhale, we're coming all the way up. Good. Nice, strong lunge. Exhale, we're going to open it up to warrior two. Good. Inhale, we're going to straighten this leg, bring our palms together, pivoting this left foot, coming into the long way of our mat here. We're going to come into a 5-point star, so our arms are going to come out to a nice open position here. Your toes are pointed slightly out, not too much. Good. Hold here. Guys, we're going to come into goddess pose. So we're going to bring our heels in, point our toes out. Woo, hold it. Point our toes out, bend our knees as we kind of shift our knees towards our big toe here, and bring our elbows in, palms up into goddess. And we want to just kind of make sure in this position here also that our butt isn't sticking out, but kind of bring that pelvic bone in, kind of bring it in a little bit so our spine is nice and straight and neutral. Good. Hold here and breathe. Good. Then inhale, come up all the way. Shift those heels out a little bit. Toes are slightly pointing, well, pretty much straight. Bring our hands to our hips. We're going to hinge forward and halfway and hold. Good. Hold and breathe. Exhale, we're going to bring our hands down to the mat. Breathe it out here. Good. Take a walk to the front of the mat, pivoting those toes forward. Send that left foot back with the right into your downward dog. Good. Slight bend in the knees. Let's take a walk up to the front of the mat, coming into that flat back position. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Planting our palms, we're going to send that left foot back to our lunge. Take a moment to group yourself here. Inhale all the way up, nice and strong. Good. Exhale, drop the left heel and open it up to warrior two. Inhale up, palms together. Pivot this right foot towards the long way of our mat. Coming into our star, 5-point star. Hold here and breathe. Good. Bring the heels in, toes pointed out as we take our knees out. Remember, tuck the tailbone. Elbows come out, elbows come in, palms up. Hold and goddess. Good. Breathe it out here. Good. Inhale all the way up, coming into that 5-point star. Bring the hands to the waist. Hinge halfway and hold. Exhale your palms down. Hold here for a moment. Walk your hands up to the front of the mat, pivoting our toes forward. Bring that right foot back into down dog. Good. We're going to take our knees as wide as our mat. Bring our two big toes together. Sit back into child's pose here. Now, with being back into child's pose, I want you to bring your mind back to your sacral chakra. Bring your mind to that color orange, the creativity, the feminine divine, the energy that flows through our body. Go ahead, if it feels good, cactus those arms and maybe lie down on your right cheek. Take a moment here, just breathe. Inhale and exhales. Maybe switch over to your other side, or just keep your forehead down on the mat wherever you're at. Good. We're going to bring our hands back to the mat here, curl our toes, or send our hips up and back to down dog. Good. Hold here and breathe. Inhale that right leg up. And we're going to bring it to the front of the mat here. We're going to lower this left knee and release our toe, coming into a low lunge. Scoot your right foot up just a little bit here. We want a little bit of a nice open hip space here for us. Bring your hands to your knees as we push our hips forward. It's going to give us a nice stretch, and this also really does work for it, besides the root chakra as well as the sacral chakra, excuse me. So a lot of the exercises are very similar because we're still rooting ourselves down. Our elements are still pretty much water, so we're just thinking of that water flow element, the color orange, releasing and stretching the muscles in our legs here. The more we stay into this position, we just kind of give ourselves that little bit of time to open our minds and release. Good, breathe. Good. We're going to take our hands and we're going to place them both on towards the inside of our foot, so left side of the mat. We're going to curl our toes. We're going to lift our knees. We're coming into lizard pose. All right, this is another beautiful stretch here. So you're going to feel the stretch a little differently and towards your inner thighs here. Good. Just sit here for a moment. You want your chest to be forward. You don't want your head to be ducked down. So just take your gaze, and it's going to be just past your nose. So just take that angle and find your spot there for you. Keeping your chest up. Good. Hold and breathe. Good. Good. Go ahead and release the knee and release your toes here. And we're just going to bring into a different stretch, and go ahead and grab your block if you have it as well. What you're going to want to do is we're just going to go ahead and allow our elbows to come down to our block. Okay. If you need to make the block high, make it high. And we're just going to take this stretch just a little deeper here. And we're just breathing into this stretch. Just breathe. The knees should be hugging towards your shoulder. It doesn't have to be attached to your shoulder, but coming in towards your shoulder. Good. Breathe here. Good. Planting the palms, release the block. Curl our toes, and we're going to send this right foot back to our down dog. Ooh, feel that energy and blood flow through those legs. Rock the hips back and forth. Good. Inhale this left foot up and bring it to the top of the mat. Good. We're going to release the right knee, release the toe. Scooch that left foot forward. Good. Bringing our hands to our knees as we release down into our hips here. Feels good. Nice stretch for first thing in the morning. Just sink into that left side hip there. And breathe. Each time you breathe, you're relaxing into this pose. Gives you time to reconnect to that sacral chakra. And breathe. release the palms into the inside towards the foot here. So our hands are going to be placed together on the right side. Curl your toes and lift your knee off of the mat. Remember, keep your chest forward and your gaze forward. Don't crank your neck or anything, okay? Just a nice forward stretch with your chest, sinking the hip down. Good, breathe it out here. Good. Drop in the knee, release the toe. Grab that block again, and we're just gonna place our forearms on that block. Good, feel the stretch now on our left side. Remember, try to hug that knee in towards the shoulder, but if it doesn't meet, it's okay. Just breathe here, feel that nice, beautiful, deep stretch. Breathe it out. Reconnect with your breath. Good. Release the block and place your hands. We're gonna curl our toes and push this left foot back. Ooh, feel that blood rush again towards or throughout your hips there. Really, this blood gets very stagnant and stale there. So really getting that movement going. Feels good. Slight bend in the knees. What we're gonna do is we're gonna walk our hands back. We're gonna take our feet as wide as the mat, and we're gonna come back into Malasana or your yogi squat. Your toes are pointed out, heels pointed in. Take those elbows, push open our hips. Good, hold and breathe. Good. Beautiful. Reconnect to that sacral chakra. Good. Placing the palms down. Just gonna bring our heels out, toes come in, come up nice and slow. Feel each vertebrae as it comes up. Good, bringing heel toeing our feet back together. I'm just gonna take a quick walk here to the front of the mat. Inhaling those arms up. Hold here, stretch, feel the spine. Lengthen as we exhale, forward fold. Good, planting our palms. We're gonna step it back to plank. Push away from the mat here. Again, we're gonna probably need our blocks here. We're gonna come into pigeon pose from here. So we're gonna take this right knee, connect it towards our elbow, bring this right foot up towards our left hand, and then we're just gonna allow the right leg to slide back. So we're coming into pigeon pose. You can also take a block and you're gonna put it up on your cheek there if needed, because you wanna square yourself off. So you wanna make sure that you're nice and centered into your pigeon pose. Fingertips are pushing into the mat. Breathe here. Feel a beautiful stretch here in that lower back. Pigeon pose is a beautiful pose here for your a lot of things, for your root as well as your sacral chakra here. It helps open up the heart. Just a beautiful pose altogether, and the stretch is amazing. Good. From here, and if you just make sure, if you're still on your block, this is fine. I just want you to come forward, lay your elbows down. You're gonna feel a little deeper stretch here. And if you have your other block, if it's too much of a stretch, take your elbows and put it on your block. All right, so we're just gonna feel out this stretch here for a little bit. Anytime we have any pain, we need to back out of it. It also helps if you feel any strain in your knees, take your toes and point them towards the top of the mat, okay? Anytime you're pointing your toes, you're releasing any strain on your knees. Sorry, lack of words this morning. Good. Just breathe it out here. Beautiful. Hold this pose and breathe. Return to your flow of breath. Return to your color orange. Good. We're going to place the fingertips back into the earth. Get a little bit more of a stretch here in that lower back. Good. Curl our toes on our left side here and send this leg back. And we're going to come all the way into a downward dog here for a moment. Good. Rock the hips or bicycle the legs, whatever feels good for you right now. Circle your hips. Do whatever feels good in your down dog here. Honor where you're at. Good. We're going to shift ourselves forward back to that plank. We're going to come into our other side for our left side for our pigeon. So bring that knee in towards your elbow. Bring that foot towards your right hand as we slide our right leg back. Good. Remember your block if you need to, and also remember take your toes pointed towards the front of the mat. Block would go then on your left side hip just to give you some support and hold you up straight. Good. Wherever you're at, fingertips are placed into the mat. Good. Push those fingertips into the mat. You push your elbows straight. Feel that beautiful stretch in that lower back. Good. Hold and breathe. Good. As we exhale, we're going to come down onto our elbows. Remember, grab your block if it feels good, and just come down here. And we're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. So reconnect with your breath. Reconnect to your chakra. Reconnect to orange. Beautiful. Breathe it out here. Placing our palms into, our fingertips into the mat. Get one more good stretch in here. Good. We're going to curl the toes on our right side and send the left foot back. Good. Rock the hips. Do what feels good for you here. Slight bend in the knees, and let's walk it up to the front of the mat. Come back into that flat back position. And let's neutralize the spine here for a moment. Exhale, forward fold. Let's grab our elbows. Allow our head to hang. Release here. Bend those knees generously if it feels good, and sway yourself back and forth. Reconnect to your mind, to your chakra, to the color orange. Think about water just flowing off your back, down your shoulders. Release. Good. Roll it up nice and slow. One vertebrae at a time as we come up. The last will be our neck. Good. Hold here for a moment, palms facing out. Reground and let's reconnect. Breathe. We're going to go ahead and heel toe out as wide as our mat. Toes pointed out, heels pointed in. Let's come down into Malasana. Elbows push open up the hips. Breathe here. Good. We're just going to come down to a seated position. So just allow the bum to hit the mat. Bring the legs up, knees up, and your sole of your feet down. Good. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna leave this left foot here. We're gonna take the right foot and just bring it in towards, so the heel's coming in towards our groin. Then we're gonna take this left foot and we're just going to bring it over here to the to the right knee. Good. You're gonna take this right hand, place it behind you, give yourself a little support. This left elbow is going to come and connect to the left knee. This is half Lord fish pose. So we're returning to our water element. Pushing that right palm into the mat. Taking our torso and twist it here towards the right. You're going to feel this beautiful stretch, and you're actually going to feel it very much so towards that sacral chakra. Just breathe here, returning to our water element. With our half Lord fish pose. Breathe here. Good. Coming out of this nice and gentle. Go ahead and bring that right knee or right sole of the foot comes down to the mat. The left heel comes in towards your groin. Right foot is going to come towards the left side. Left hand comes behind you for some support. Right elbow is going to connect to this right knee as we twist our torso here. Again, feeling that connection to our water element and that stretch into the sacral chakra. Breathe here. This is a nice pose. Haven't done this one in a while. It feels good. And releasing our twist here. Good. We're going to come into one more pose. And that's going to be camel pose. So we're going to come up to our knees. For this fun here, we're going to curl our toes, okay? So our knees are pretty much hip width apart. We're just going to take our hands, place them on our hips here, and we're just going to push our hips forward. As we do that, we're just going to allow our head to come up, pointing our nose up to the ceiling. Push, keep pushing those hips forward. Nose up. Good. Hold here and breathe. If it feels good, we could try a half camel. So whatever hand you want to start with. This, my left hand is going to connect to my heel, and I'm just going to push my hip forward, drop in my head. Good. Let's try the other side. Opposite side. Hand comes to the heel. Take and push your hip forward. Drop in your head back. Breathe. Good. Come back up. Good. If you want, we can try both here for you. or just keep your hands placed onto your hips, and your thumbs are almost kind of pushing in towards the back of your lower back here, okay? But let's go ahead and try and take it. Let's take your hands down to your heel. Remember, keep your hips popped forward, chest, nose up, and release the head if it feels good. Hold and breathe. Good, nice and easy, coming back up. Good, we're gonna come all the way down to our back, or to our butt, sorry. Good, we're gonna come into cobbler pose. So bring the soles of our feet together, bring our heels in towards our groin area here. Maybe grab a hold of your feet with your hands. Elbows pushed, knees pushed down towards the floor. Good. Hold here. Reconnect back to your color orange. Reconnect to this sacral chakra, the feminine energy. The water element. Just breathe here. And always remember to think of your lengthening of your spine through these. Good. As we exhale, we're going to release our feet out just a little bit. So we're going to be making a little bit of a diamond shape here. Hands are going to grab onto our ankles. We're just going to bend our elbows and pull ourselves down. Take this stretch as far as you want to, okay? So this is just going to stretch that lower back area. And I'm going to connect back to that sacral chakra and to that stretch. And just breathe it out here. With an inhale, lengthen the spine. If it feels good with an exhale, bend your elbows, bring your chest down just a little bit more. Breathe it out here. A little different type of stretch. Gaze is pretty much towards your big toes there. Good. Come releasing out of that stretch there. We're going to grab our blocks here because we're going to come all the way down to our back. And we're going to take our final savasana with our legs into a goddess pose. And you can either just let your knees just fall open. Sometimes this might just be a little bit too much. If it is, take your blocks towards your butt area there and just allow your legs to kind of fall open onto the blocks. So whatever feels good for you here. If you want a little bit more hip opener and you're not feeling overly strained, you can allow your knees to fall open. You can even put the blocks towards your knees there to help for a little support. But wherever you're at, whether you're connecting that block to the lower butt area and just allowing the legs to fall open. Take your hands and place them on your sacral chakra. Reconnect. Come back to your natural flow of breath. Allow the spine to melt. Bring that color orange back into your mind. And as we lay here and we breathe, the only thing I want in your mind is that beautiful orange color. And I want you to imagine rain falling out of the sky. Just meeting that rain to our body. As the drops of water flow into every corner of our body. And stay here for as long as you need to. If you need to lower the legs or straighten the legs out while you're in your Savasana, I want you to keep your hands on your sacral chakra. Just keep imagining the flow of the rain melting onto your body. Stay there for as long as you need. And when you decide to come out of it with bringing your knees into your chest. Allowing your knees to fall to the right. Give yourself a couple of moments here on your right side. And as you slowly come up, and bring yourself into a seated position. And place your hands to your heart center. And may your heart be forever open. May your lips speak the truth. And may your third eye always see clarity. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about any of those poses, just message me or give me a call, whatever. Thank you. And I'll see you next Wednesday morning at 7. Love you, lady.